I just watched a Great Storyscape video about how she's able to read more books, so I thought I would make a video that kind of goes through my process of reading and then gives more like general tips and suggestions for people. Even though this is meant to be a general advice video, it is tailored to my personality and lifestyle because I have only ever lived my own life. So there are definitely other strategies and ways that you can go about this, but I am just trying to address what I know. My biggest piece of book reading advice that I don't hear very often is don't read books you don't enjoy. Like if you're halfway through this novel everyone's told you is amazing and beautiful and you need to read and you're just not having a good time, set it down, be done with that. This is not like a guilt game. This is not to read more, to be a more erudite person or whatever. You're reading because you enjoy it, ideally. If you're not reading because you enjoy it, you're gonna have to find another video, I'm sorry. Just read what you want to read. That has gotten me farther than any piece of advice. Like, you're just gonna do things that you enjoy, so continue to do enjoyable things. If you're forcing yourself to read a book, it's gonna take a ton longer and you're not gonna have a good time. Something that has helped me a lot is sort of having books on retainer of like, oh, I've started these few books and I know these are the next few books that I might be interested in reading. But find a way with these books on retainer to have them like accessible and available to you. If you can replace or merge a habit that you already have with reading, something that I've done with mixed success is to like remove the social media app from a certain place on my home screen and put like a e-reading app there instead. So when my thumb automatically finds that spot, it opens a book. There's so much data and information to you and so many ways to get it that you might as well be intentional about the stuff that you're gonna absorb. Ebooks are the biggest way that I have gotten into this. I got a first generation Nook the year it came out and I've been using it ever since. I like e-readers for the sort of beach vacation thing where you know you'll have time to read but you're not sure how much time and you're not sure what mood you'll be in, so you can just like bring a bunch of stuff without like packing another suitcase of books. For the more everyday, less planned things, I really like reading on my phone. I know that's not great for everyone, but there are a ton of options where you can like make the background black and the words white, or you can have voice, like a voice recognition reader, do that out loud to you. There are like automatic scrolling things, you can change font sizes. It's meant to be very accessible. For stuff that is out of copyright, like Jane Austen or Sherlock Holmes or something, you can get access to those ebooks for free because the only cost that is associated with buying the physical book is like the printed paper that it's on. If you have it in your budget to buy books and you're not picky about which books you want, a lot of ebooks are a really good way to go because a lot of places will do like promotional sales and stuff like that. BookBub is a website that scours the internet for a lot of cheap and a lot of free ebooks that are just like on sale or they have a promotion going on, so you can download those. If you're in a community with a library, which gosh, I hope you are, you have access to both Overdrive and Hoopla, which have access to all kinds of ebooks. Overdrive is the more like traditional like novel or like nonfiction book. Hoopla is more of like academic work and graphic novels and stuff that would be in like a specialized section. Even though I'm not a big fan of Amazon the company, the Kindle app is still really good. You can get a lot of book bundles and deals and things like that. There are a lot of things like Overdrive has just a button that will send your checked out book from the library to your Kindle app. There's a way that you can just email a PDF to yourself and it will convert it and download it on the app without you even doing anything. I'm a big fan of keeping books on Kindle as opposed to like Google Drive or something like that because it will bookmark your spot and you have a bunch of tools like notes and highlights and sharing and things like that. And if you're a person who likes listening to books rather than reading them, there are a ton of options for you as well. In the Overdrive app through your library, you have access to a ton of audiobooks, and with the out of copyright books that are available in ebook format, they are also available oftentimes in audiobook format. Even if it's not like a formal release, there's a great site called LibriVox which has volunteers reading aloud these works that are no longer protected by copyright. Audiobooks are great because you can listen to them while you're doing other things. Like you can be brushing your teeth or washing the dishes or like driving somewhere and you can be basically reading a book, which is rad. If you want to buy more physical books, I would definitely recommend Thrift Books. They have a lot of like ex-library books that are in really good condition or just like people selling their books. A lot of them are under $5 and you get free shipping on orders more than $10. I'm not being paid to say this, I just really love Thrift Books. If you have more time available, you can also go to thrift stores or garage sales and just kind of see what they have. It's really fun and oftentimes you'll see books that are really interesting that you wouldn't have seen in a normal bookstore, especially ones that are like older or out of print or something like that. Bring physical books with you places. I keep one in my car. Anticipate being bored or being curious or just like needing or wanting to read, and make sure that you have those books available to you for those times where you want to use them. Read a slower book before you go to bed. Read an ebook on super bright to wake you up in the morning. There are so many ways that you can just like integrate reading into your daily life. Don't force yourself to read. This is meant to be fun. There are just so many books that are accessible to you, even if you don't want to pay for them. So all you really have to do is make reading like a more easy option than like sitting and playing Candy Crush. And you probably will read more and you'll probably be happier. Honestly, I think books are an excellent, wonderful thing, and even in the times in my life when I have not had a lot of just time in general, I've made time for them and I've been really grateful for it. And I think you will be too. I know all of these links and resources and things might be overwhelming. I've been doing this for forever, so it's just kind of how it goes for me. But all that you really need to do is find a way to get a book that you might enjoy and start reading it. I really hope you do. Thanks for watching.